Have you been looking for a house that has an ample sized backyard and also have a covered patio, but maybe has a 3-car garage? Now, as I turn around, you can be able to see this backyard is going to be not only the ample size for you and you have family and gatherings, but maybe you need that extra room in the garage in a good family size house. On the south side of College Station, you don't want to miss out what is available. So stay tuned as we dive deep into this house here in Bryan College Station. Let's go. Today, we are in Wellborn settlement. Now, this development right here I'm on is a cul-de-sac, so you generally are going to get more yardage and bigger square footage houses as far as how they build this area. So one thing I want to keep in mind is that a lot of people, when they start looking for homes, want to know, hey, do you have a 3-car garage option? Or do you have more space in my garage if I have a bigger size car? Maybe a motorcycle, maybe a golf cart, maybe vehicles for my kids. So this house is in this neighborhood. We're going to focus on one that's well over 3,000 square feet. You're going to be looking anywhere from that 550 to 650 price point. Okay. So we'll be looking at 2-story houses in the Wellborn settlement area. So if you know you're looking for a good sized family home that may have study and have some extra homework areas for you and your kids, maybe you homeschool, or maybe you just want to make sure you have a big family and you have ample space for them. Today, we'll be looking at a house that's going to be a good fit for a good sized family. So remember, if you're new, make sure you subscribe as we release videos every week. And today we'll take a look at this house. So let's go take a look at this and talk at the end about the plan and more specifics and see how we will know if this is a good fit for you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this over 3,000 square foot house. And you can see on the outside, it does have the brick and hardy board. And just fun fact, one of the questions that came up from one of my clients is, how long does hardy board last? Hardy board lasts up to 40 to 50 years. So keep that in mind. So right when you come in, this one's going to have a dining room area. So that is specifically for eating. You can be able to sit up to probably 6 to 7. And then to the right here, you're going to see your room. So this here would be one of the bedrooms. And you're going to have this closet space, good closet space. And as I always say, this is like your mother-in-law suite. This is like for your guests. That's generally the layout of these. Now, I like this one because you have your linen here, and then you have a full-size bathroom. So this layout would be good for that individual guest that has their separate area. Now, get this, is you're going to have your laundry room. It's going to be right here. So this is all when you first walk in. So as I go around this corner, you'll see we'll have the stairs, as we'll go upstairs here in a second, but we're going to take a look at the other bedroom. Now, you do have your master bedroom that's going to be in here. So we'll go ahead in there and then come back into the kitchen. So have your vaulted ceilings, very good size room. And you could be able to put a king size bed in here easily. So you have your double his and her sink. And as you go over here, you have your separate stall. And check out this walk-in closet. Very good depth on the closet space. And as I walk back out, now everyone always love, I think, that combination of shower and tub. So you do have they have a little construction still going on. So finishing up some final touches. So as we go back into the kitchen, you can be able to see this is the living room area. And as you seen a minute ago, this is going to have a gas stove. And then we'll take a look at that. Outside, very good yard size. Now, this is a kitchen where you can overlook into the living room. And of course, this is very ideal for a person who wants to maybe like to host or have family events. Now, this here is kind of part of your pantry area. So here you have your pantry. Now, the cool thing is this is going to be the garage. So we're going to go take a look at this garage. Now, they do have the stairs they generally put into the attic that is still down, but this is your normal 2-car garage, right? Now, if you take that stairs out the way, it is generally going to be up in the roof. You'll say, well, that's it, right? Well, get this. So this here is an extension of the garage. Now, I forget exactly what they call it, but this extended area of the garage allows for you to be able to put, say somebody has that long dually truck, or you have, an additional vehicle you want to be able to put in here. This is a good fit for. So say for instance, you have your motorcycle, or say you want to have a gym out here. It's multiple areas, multiple things, even have a plug-in that you can be able to use this for. So that is where they have created, even said it's a golf simulator. Say for instance, someone is very big golf simulation, or say you train baseball. So my kid played baseball. You can use this as something of a sporting need or necessity or practice. And generally, this would be good if you drove some nets around it. So get very creative with that area, okay? So we're gonna go back into the living room, and then we'll go to the backyard, and then we'll go back upstairs. So this backyard, the reason I do like this is not only one, it's covered, but two, you're gonna have your power outlets, fan, lights, where you can come back here, have a peaceful, but just the depth of this backyard is not only one of the pluses, but I'm gonna walk all the way back here and let you see. This is going to be facing the main road, which means you would never have neighbors. So not only do you have a good sized backyard, you won't ever have any neighbors behind you. Now you have some on the side, but you can kind of take a look at how far back. So if you have some furry friends that want to be able to run around, or maybe you want to build something very back, I know HOA does allow a few of those things. So never not want to take advantage of those opportunities, but very good fit for a family. So let's go back inside, and we're going to go upstairs. And generally, this is where you have your stove and your microwave. But we're going to go upstairs, and this is where you're going to have the rest of your entertainment area. So right here, entertainment, and you have sections of each room. So right when I come upstairs, I'm going to go to this left. This is going to be more like a study room. So this area, as you can see, the glass doors. If you want to have an office at home, this was what will be a best fit. That closet is more made for work-related items, Wi-Fi, things of that nature. So when you come out to the left, you have your bathroom. So I like these towels, which is just not your normal insert, more of a premium look, quartz counters. So it does give it a better appeal. And then when you walk right across from here, we'll have this door, like I say, still under construction, but that's your attic space. And this here would be an additional room. Look over. Now this here also has your closet space, normal closet space, so you can use this as a normal room. Then when we walk out, coming over here, it's separate. All the secondary living. So here is the bedroom, and take a look at this. Good size closet, has some depth, even have a built-in mirror. So as we come out, that is technically your fourth bedroom. And as we turn over here, you have two more bedrooms. So here is the fifth bedroom. It's going to kind of face the front where you can see. And then we'll walk across. And of course, you also have another bathroom. And then last but not least, you have your last bedroom upstairs. So very good size home for a family that likes spacing. Generally, Wi-Fi goes there. So you have to have good spacing for family. We'll take a look at a few things and wrap up this video and see if this neighborhood or this area or this home layout will be a good fit for you. So thank you for touring the Norwood plan here in Wellborn Settlement. Now, this is total 6 bedrooms, 4 bath, right at 3,400 square feet. So to recap, we had 2 bedrooms at the bottom. We had that additional garage space and what they call the simulator. Then upstairs, we had the rest of the rooms, including the entertainment room. Now, if you're a big family and you know that this is a good fit for you and you want to explore your options, we have financing options, and generally we have incentives that we can be able to get you in some of these homes. I always say anywhere minimum up to 15 to 20K off. Make sure you inquire when you tell me, hey, Jabari, maybe I'm a veteran, or maybe I'm a first responder, or maybe I'm relocating here. I'm a teacher. It's a lot of different incentives that they do offer in the College Station area. So it's always important to schedule time with us so we can talk. And also, the thing that I love about all the relationship I have with my new builders is that you always will get an incentivized rate. So if you think you have your finances in place, that's great. But I'll always say, hey, let's compare and contrast within some of the things that we have with some of our builders, even some of the lenders that they have in place. So regardless, my job is to give you options, and then from there you decide what's going to be a good fit for you and your family. Okay, so thank you for watching. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so that we drop videos every week. You can know everything that Bryan College Station has to offer, and if it's going to be a good fit for you and your family for the living side or investing, that's fine. But listen, remember, if you grew up and no one left your legacy, that's fine. But now that you know, don't you dare leave this earth without leaving a legacy behind. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. So right now I'm in Wellborn Settlement. Now Wellborn Settlement is the neighborhood if you're looking for a family who want to have walking distance. Right here I have Wellborn Middle School, literally just in walking distance. So if you're that person that, you know, hey, I want to be able to pick up my kids from school or create those memories, Wellborn Settlement is going to be a good fit for you. So this here is more of a premium build of builders. You have 2 builders that is building in Wellborn Settlement. And the cool thing I like about this is most people who relocate here, if you come from Houston, you come from Austin, you come from New York, anywhere, this is definitely bigger homes, about 3,000 square foot or bigger. Now the Emerald series, you're going to start seeing options for 3-car garages. Even if you want to have a golf simulator in your garage, a lot of different things that you can be able to include to make your experience as a second time home. Most of the time you won't see first time home buyers that will come here. So if you're a first time home buyer, I'll warn you, you know, this will be typically, if unless you just have a big family and you're not, you know, budget conscious, but you're big on quality, this is definitely the neighborhood for you. So we'll take a look at the Kingston plan that is part of the Emerald series. And in this house, you'll see it's right on a cul-de-sac, 5 bedroom, 3.5 bath. So let's check this out and see what you think. So right now I'm standing right here at the front door of a Kingston plan. Now this Kingston plan is a 3,500 square foot home that is in a cul-de-sac here in Wellborn Settlement. So if you wanted to find not only a community, but homes that have some quality finishes, over 3,500 square foot, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bath or more, then make sure you stay tuned to this video, because what you can see behind me is more to come, even if you're not ready at this time. So we're gonna go ahead and walk into this Kingston plan, 2-story, over 3,500 square feet. Now this Emerald series is going to have a lot of different finishes, from floor, backsplashes, countertop. So we'll get a chance to look at it. So right when you come in, you can see you'll have where your garage entrance. So we're going to start here to the left. So this here is going to be your front facing room. Now I'm going to say this one is going to be specifically a room, or kind of your mother-in-law. If you say, hey, I have, you know, moms or kiddos that, you know, want them to have their own section of the house, this is a great opportunity. So you have 2 bedrooms right when you first walk in. Now, this does have a space for a study, so you could be able to use this as true 2 bedrooms. I've seen people, you know, make this as a guest room, because if you're going to use this as the bathroom for all guests, they can have their own bathroom and then have access to everything they need. So right when you walk out of this area, we'll go into the foyer. So we'll take a right here, and this is going to be your mud room. So this mud room is going to be the entrance of the garage. So this have a 2-car garage, but it even have this extended area. So if you have like a motorcycle, if you have a bike, if you just needed extra space in your garage, you have that. Now these come with a sprinkler system that you can connect to Wi-Fi. You can be able to access remotely. So if we come back here, you'll see these cubby holes, 3 spots for shoes, and here at the top for hats. And as we come around this corner, you're going to have a half bathroom. Oh, sorry, I had that light on for you guys. You're going to have this half bathroom. It was hiding, to be honest with you. I forgot that was there. So that's your half bath, and then you're going to have your laundry room. And this have your folding station here, premium countertops. And then you can do, the width of this is long enough if you wanted to do front loaders or washer and dryer, or just your normal wash and dryer as well. I've had that question asked before. That way that maybe answer the questions that you're already thinking. And as we come in here, you can get a chance to see this is going to be where your master bedroom is going to be. But in here is going to be your living room and your kitchen. So the reasons you see these finishes are not in, because you can decide what brand is going to go here. They have 2 options, and you have a microwave and you have your stove that's going to be here, and it is gas. So you have your gas cooktop. So that is intentional. Based on when you reach out, I can tell you more. But I love that these are Kentwood clothes, soft clothes, and very high upgrade cabinets. And then you have your pantry. Now, as you have a big family, as a big home, you want to make sure you have ample storage space. And so they made sure you do have that. So as I come out of here, this is where you're going to put your refrigerator, and you're going to have a gas hookup when it comes to the fireplace. Now, one thing I do like about this particular house is you have been on a cul-de-sac. You do get a lot of yardage, but cool thing is you don't have nobody who's going to be building in the back. So very wide. Now, the cool thing, these fence, most people do ask the question of like, hey, what if I wanted to take this fence down and maybe extend it out? Or often question is, what if I want to cover this area up? You can do that. So if this been the side area where your AC unit is at and your electrical panel, let's say you wanted to put that all within the fence, you can be able to do so. As you see, a couple more, the house is being built, but that's where your property line will stop. A good old Wellborn sediment water tower. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about how you want your fence layout to be. So this can be extended a little bit more. Ask me about that at the time of a consultation, so we can get that ironed out. But as you can see, good space, covered patio, have the entertainment spots. Now, some of these don't have the gas hookups for the outside kitchen, but we do have some that's going to be coming soon. So make sure, if that is a desire for you to have, let me know. So as we come back inside of here, you can kind of get another view of the kitchen. But then we're going to go here into our master bedroom. As you go inside of here, you have spacing for closet. This here can be used as like maybe utility room, because of being right off of the kitchen. You can use that to your choosing. But as you come inside of here, this is the master bedroom. So being in the master bedroom, you're going to have two individual closets. So you can decide, hey, if this is a house for you, generally how they say this is his or her closet, but sometimes it's not the setup. So you just have two individual closets. This is the master room. So you can well be able to put a king size bed against that wall, have your end tables there. And those are going to be the windows where you can put curtains. Now, as we walk into the bathroom, you have your stand-up shower, then your private tub. You're going to have a double sink. And then as we come in here, you have your second closet. Love these built-in cabinets because I think it's super wise to be able to have. That way you will be able to store your extra shoes or ties, cufflinks, whatever would be that fit. So as you come out of the master bedroom, love that indent in the ceiling, you right off of this have like a smaller hallway, but then you come back out and this would be your study. So a study specifically for those who definitely know where you will work. Here, I like this to have this individual light. So let's say you would want to use that as an area where maybe you do some private work, some study work, but this is a true study office. Now, yes, you can be able to use this for many other things as far as entertainment room, but it is for sure built out. As you can see, it doesn't have a closet. Most office space, in this case, don't have it, so they use this area. Now, if you wanted to build this plan out, that area could be used differently. But as we come back and go upstairs, we can take a look at the rest of the house. Now, right when you walk up here, you're going to see the entertainment room. Very open. I love how it oversees the back. This is just going to be your neighbors, and then that is right behind you. And so here you're going to have two full bedrooms and then its own individual bath. So this is going to be the third. Now these connect here into this next bedroom. Now the cool thing about every single one of these bedrooms, they have deep closet space. So check out this closet upstairs. For most of the time you have your kids that's going to be up here. Maybe you say you want this room. Depends on what kind of layout you want. And then here is the last bedroom here. And I still think it's cool, good spacing. And there is that part as well. So we'll wrap up, talk about a couple things that you need to keep in mind. And even if you say, hey, I'm not ready, but I want to take a look at some of these other houses, let's talk a little bit so you can know what to expect. Okay, so thank you for touring this Kingston home. And if you see this 3,500 square foot house, that's 5 bedroom, 3.5 bath, and you want to know maybe some of the finishes that it has when it comes to premium floor, countertops, or maybe you say, I like this, but I know I'm going to be moving in the next 9 days, maybe even 9 months. As we go into a new year, you may be thinking about summertime and you say, hey, I want to know something about this. Definitely reach out. Some of the relationships we have built, I can be able to give you custom tours around the homes and even some of these houses that they're currently building outside, so that you can be able to say, all right, I have maybe a weekend to come in, make a decision, and then we can make sure you can get your eyes on each one of those homes, or we can do virtual tours as well. And even if you say, hey, I'm waiting for the interest rates to drop, don't let that be the reason, because a lot of the incentivized rates that we have with the builders relationship we have is anywhere in that 4% range. So if you're VA, FHA, conventional, and you have questions around that, definitely make sure you reach out, because you don't want to miss out on getting great rates in this market that you have the fluctuation of 6 and 7%. So definitely capitalize on that by reaching below and clicking the link so that we can schedule a time to be able to talk about some of the desires that you're looking for when it comes to a home. And if you like this particular home and you say, hey, Jabari, that's it. That's the one that I want. So make sure we talk so that I can go ahead and lock in these homes as it's move-in ready so that you can spend quality time with your family and thinking about what is important when you want to build memories in a home that you're looking for. So thank you for watching. And as always, if you're looking to move within the next 9 days, 9 days, or even 9 months, make sure you subscribe so we can continue to give you updates on homes, or also reach out so that we can have a customized plan for you. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Have you ever just been pondering on your backyard and you said, man, I look forward to finding a house that I can have experiences with my family, whether it's sleepover for my kids or inviting my mom to a house bigger than what she grew up in. Or maybe it's hosting Thanksgiving. Maybe it's hosting Christmas. Maybe it's hosting birthdays. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you not only a house that you would love to paint those experiences with, but then also if you have some land, how we can also get with this builder to make sure you can build this house on the land that you can be able to paint those experiences. Welcome back to the channel. Let's check it out. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. If you're new, make sure you subscribe or click below so that you can always get updates every week as we either talk about houses in the Bryan College Station or investing. But today we'll be talking about housing and living, specifically here in Wellborn Settlement on the South College Station side. So you want to continue to get updates, whether you're relocating, whether you're someone who's renting here and you say, I'm ready to get my own home, make sure you can also schedule time with me below so that we can be able to discuss what's going to be a good fit for you, what neighborhood will be a good fit for you as well. And also if you want to build, as we'll talk about today in this video, if you have your own land or if you just want to find a land and build, then we can be able to sit down and talk about a lot of those specifics. So today we are in Wellborn Settlement. Now, Wellborn Settlement is South College Station, and the interesting thing, if you haven't seen already, we talked about some of the benefits when it comes to the taxes in Wellborn. It's a lot lower, and you're still in College Station limits. One of the beautiful things that you'll see is there is middle school, walking distance, and the intermediate and other schools that's literally walking distance from this neighborhood. So it's a great area you highly need to consider if you have a family, and especially if you have a growing family and you have kids that are playing sports and you're trying to think of how can I find a home that is going to have everything we need as far as space, but also have the convenience of the schooling. If you need to make sure you can't always be home, you maybe travel for work, or maybe you just are in a situation where it's hard for you to be available exactly at 3 o'clock or 3:30 when school is in. So definitely really consider here. So today we'll be taking a look at Oakwood home. Now Oakwood, we've looked at some of the houses before. This is a custom and local builder. Now you've seen my video. If not, check a look at the video where I talk the difference between local and national builders, as I support them both and have great relationships with them. So that's why when we reach out, I introduce you to them and let you see their floor plans and see what's going to be a good fit for you. But ultimately you have to make a decision whether you go with local or national. But this local builder have done such a great job in this neighborhood of Wellborn Settlement. I want to make sure we highlight this beautiful home behind me. So we're going to go inside, take a look at this, and see what you think. All right, let's go. Take a look at this custom house. This is a Chandler plan, a little bit over 2,500 square feet. So we walk in here. We'll take a left to the right first and get a chance to kind of see the guest room. Now, generally, I always say this is the guest room. Now, this can be like your mother-in-law room as well. I love what they did with this place. Take a look at these closets. Oakwood does a good job, I think, with their spacing on that closet. So that's a good fit there. So this is generally a guest room. It can be an office space as well, but I've seen it to be,
either guest room, or if you have like a mom that stay with you, to be a good use of this room as well. And so we go here and come back out. Then to the right, we're going to have your bathroom. And this here is the other bedroom. So before we go into the bathroom, let's take a look at this. So this is like generally your kids' room. Real good depth here. Yeah, shout out to the person who did this staging, because as I always say in a lot of my videos, like, this is not my job. So you have a closet here as well. Good depth for maybe like the kiddos that needs this space. And then this one here on this side would share a bathroom. So right here, man, I love some of the cabinet and the fixtures, the tile. Beautiful, beautiful job by the builder. And the beautiful thing about this is that, like I said at the beginning, if you see this and you like I like 90% of that, I like 80%, I like 70% in this house. This is the beautiful thing about a custom builder. You can be able to customize it. This here would be really your office space that you would probably want to use. And this is a true study. Now, the thing I like about this is that you have those wooden floors. You can see there, that would be good spacing inside of here. So we'll close that. So you're gonna have, now that study room, you can use that as the bedroom. That's technically 3, so you don't go to the 4th bedroom, but take a look at this living room. Very lovely open floor plan. We'll walk around so you can be able to see beams here at the top. Give it a real open feel. Has a gas fireplace right there as well. Now here in a second, we'll go into the master bedroom, but I love this counter space. Like I said, Oakwood Home, excuse me. They've done a great job in this neighborhood, so you can kind of see a lot of the houses that they have available. And you come to the dining room area. So that backyard is where we was at a little bit earlier. So we'll go ahead and peek out there real quick. So this does going to have the plug-ins where if you want to do your entertainment system and also set up your barbecue pit, you can be able to do so. And so those plug-ins, gas plug-ins, is going to be right there in entertainment system. Now, the cool thing about this is right there is Wellborn Middle School. Check that out. Buy a house right with the backyard of the elementary. So this is one of the benefits of being in a family. And you can literally walk your kids to school, especially if you're a person that works from home, that they have that path, that tunnel. And so as we are right now in spring break, so school is out of session, you can see it's never going to be anyone back there. Now, you have schooling events that always will be taking place, but then this backyard, I love, because if you have your furry friends, you can have here on the side where you can be able to go in and out. Got to go close that door. And so it's only one side. So the beautiful thing about that, the other side is locked. So you don't have to think about, hey, don't want somebody to come in from both sides of the entrance. So love the brick glass window. And so when we walk in, we're going to go around into the kitchen. So love, you have the appliances that they always put here as well. You're going to have your farmhouse sink. And then we have our pantry here. Pantry, get some good old snacks. And then you have your stove built in and your microwave built in. And that's pretty convenient. That way you have more cabinet space Good job for the builder. And of course, this is where you'll put that. And then here we have our laundry room. So right off the kitchen, you'll go right into your laundry room. I love the sink, love the entrance that you can be able to do a front load or a top, does not matter. Very good spacing where you can come in and out and not be crowded. And then you also have a half bath. So if you have guests, have family who's coming in and they just need to, use the bathroom, they can do that. And then you have a 2-car garage, but I like they have extra spacing in the garage. You can put an extra refrigerator like they have it here, has real good depth. Now, this does have a sprinkler system that you can be able to control for the irrigation system. You definitely want to do that for that Texas clay to make sure you keep it nice and moist. So we'll go back inside of here. This being a model home, they do have a couple items that they've done that decorate the house. As you can see, they did a wonderful job at that. And then let's go over here to the master bedroom. So this has its own foyer. Now, cool thing I do like, if you're that person and you say, hey, I want to keep my kids on that side of the house and, the garage over here, and then I can be able to be over here in my own little area in my house, then this here would be just for you. Okay. So we'll go right in here in the master bedroom. Oh man, this is beautiful. High ceilings. Then you have the farmhouse door entering right into the bathroom. Now this here is, I think, everybody's perfect setup. Have your walk-in shower and your tub. After them hard days of work, can come in, sit, relax, or take a shower and relax, or you can be able to sit here in the tub. You do have your double sinks that's separated. And then, of course, have your hamper. Then I love this walk-in closet just because I believe that most builders, just like Oakwood does a good job at having cabinets built in. So you can be able to store your ties, your watches, any different accessories that you want to have. And, sometimes it's one that's going to dominate this than the other. So sometimes you do have both. But I love these black fixtures that they put inside of here. And of course, you have that as well where you have your stall. So let's make our way back in here. I'll tell you a couple incentives that they are doing with this area so that you can be able to know how to take full advantage. And we'll wrap it up from there. Hey, thank you very much for watching. And one of the things I love about this builder is not only if you are relocating and you don't know, where you're going to stay and you want to find, a house that's going to be a good fit for your family, they have partnered with lenders here locally as well so that they can be able to give you certain incentives. Now, depending on the time you see this, this may change. And if you say, hey, I don't know where I'm gonna land or have land. This builder is have done a great job of building local relationships, and so if you're somebody who definitely want to plug in locally, be in an area in a community where families thrive and where the neighborhood itself has some privacy and quiet, as you can be able to see, this would be a great opportunity. Now, if you say, Jabari, you know what? I like that build. I like some ideas that I've seen in the house, but maybe I want to sit down and talk to you specifically. Maybe say, hey, the countertop or the flooring, I want to change things up. That's fine as well. The beautiful thing about seeing and looking at some of the custom homes is that it's just to the customs that you like. So maybe you spend time, finding the specific things that you want in this next house, and you've seen some things in this house and some things you did not. Regardless of where you're at, always reach out. So as I told you, below is a link where you can schedule time with me, and then we can be able to talk more specifically about what you're looking for, what you like, what you didn't like, but then also how we can connect you with the builder. And thankful to the relationship that I have, that we can be able to book something very quickly if you need to move in a timely fashion. So like I say, if you move in the next, 9 days, even next 90 days, I am here to help. So make sure you reach out. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And remember, if you grew up, did have legacy, that's fine. But remember, it's now up to you to not leave and don't leave a legacy behind. We'll see you soon.
Hey, so if you're looking for a backyard, you can do this in. If not, this video is probably not for you. That's okay. I have other videos for you, but today we're focusing on this house that is in Southern Point community. And if you're looking for a home that's in the 2,500 square feet that have 2 stories and that's going to be at the lower 400 price point, then you need to stay tuned. This video may be for you. If not, I have other videos for you. Let's go. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. And today, if you're new, whether you're moving within the next 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, make sure you book a link with me so we can be able to talk so that I can assist you in your home purchasing needs in the Bryan College Station area. And if you're relocating, reach out so I can help you make that transition a little bit smoother and what to expect to come into Bryan College Station. This neighborhood that we'll be focusing on, as you can tell, is a brand new neighborhood in Southern Point, and they have constantly have grown. And Southern Point is going to have a lot of new builds that's going to continue to come. Meaning, if you say, "Hey, Jabari, I'm a little bit more on that 9 months, or a little bit further out," or maybe, oftentimes when I talk to people, they are people who need to let their lease ends before they can find some. So maybe minimum 6 months or 8 months. Oftentimes when summertime comes, when the lease is renewing, this area and neighborhood will still have some opportunities. So don't discount it and don't think that we don't have anything for you. And even if you're relocating and you're starting to think about relocating around that summertime, this area still will be a good fit for you because they have a lot of homes to still be built. And thanks to the builder, they've constantly worked with me to help you see all the different opportunities you have. But Southern Point has been by far one of the communities that I've loved because not only is on the opposite end, which is South College Station, you have a lot of amenities and very, very quick access to get to Texas 6, which can get you to Houston, which can get you to Navasota, which can get you to Brenham. A lot of the areas that you generally would have to access if you hit on Texas 6, okay? So the home that we're going to be looking at today is going to be a Sonoma plan that is a very popular plan if you're looking for something that is a good size for you and your family. As you can tell from the backyard, it's a very good size. So we'll take a look at the home, tour it, and then highlight a couple other things in this area and maybe why you want to reach out now instead of waiting. Okay, talk to you soon. Let's go check out this house. All right, let's take a look at the Sonoma plan here in Southern Point. 2-story house, right at 2,500 square feet. Love the brick combination of Horton. Right when you walk in, you're going to have stairs that's going to lead to the rest of the room. But we're going to take a look at the downstairs first. So right when you walk in, you will have your half bathroom for your guests. Then guess what? This one actually have the master bedroom downstairs. So I like this for a lot of reasons. I like the depth with this. Often if you're like a reader or want to have like a place to hang out or create for you in your bedroom, you can be able to do that. And then the bed and everything will go over here. Oftentimes you may want the bed to be on this side, just depending on what size. You have the cable, everything hookups that's going to go there. And then you have your his or her sink where you can get a good feel for how much room you have. Love it because it has both the shower and the tub. Turn that light on. Sorry about that, fella. And you can be able to see a good walk-in closet. So as you walk in here, and then you go out and get a good feel of the bathroom and the master. Then as I come back out, once again, that area, I think it's a definite plus. So as you come out, you have both that, and then you enter into the living room. So living room is going to be good and spacious. It opens right into the kitchen. Granite countertops, I think Kenworth cabinets. It has the some of them have the soft close. Depends on the model. It's one thing if you're listening to this, maybe ask me that question at that time. But then here, the dining room area, we'll take a look at that backyard as we got a chance to look at it at the beginning. But before we go there, can maybe check out a little bit of the laundry room where it's at. Good size there. You can be able to fit both front load washers and dryer, or either one will work. We've measured that before for some of my clients who come in and relocating, or who wanting to buy those just for more efficiency. Then you have that pantry, and then this would be the door that leads right into the garage. So you have a good 2-car garage, and then we have our water heater right when we come out. So when we turn around, before we go upstairs, you can take a look at this massive backyard. Now, one of the reasons I like this backyard, because in most of these neighborhoods, or who families are looking for a good sized backyard, you don't get this big of a yard. For someone who don't like to have people on top of them, but they are okay with having neighbors, like this is the perfect oasis that you can create at home. And I mean, look, you can put, according to the HOA, a few things in this backyard that can be a little getaway. And the beautiful thing about this being in Southern Point area, as we've noted in some of the other videos, is that this home and area is right next to Caprock Crossing, where you have your HEB, a lot of your shopping for living, restaurant, for date nights, or even events that you can go to for kids, just in very close proximity. So I like this. That is over there, Texas 6. You can see the entrance of coming into Southern Point, and they constantly are doing a lot of building, but that is Texas 6. That takes you anywhere from San Juan, Houston, Navasota, and many of the other connecting cities. So let's go inside now and take a look at the upstairs, and then we'll wrap up with a couple of things to highlight in this area. So as we walk back in, we're going to speed through here to get right to the stairs. High ceilings, love that. Have that window there. So we go upstairs. Now you have this extra entertainment room, which is very good for a couple things. So obviously entertainment rooms you can use for toys if you have little kids, or you're big, want to have like a movie room or man cave. You can set this up for this in this floor plan, overlook everybody outside. And to be honest, you can set this up almost for another bedroom if you choose to. Really up to you. I've seen a lot of different options, but then you're going to go into this hallway. We have 2 other bedrooms. That's just an extra closet, and you can maybe store blankets and things if you were going to use that entertainment room. And then this here will be a good size room. And I love these closets because upstairs, you generally have smaller closets, or extra bedrooms have smaller closets. This does not. You definitely consider that. Some blue tape love there. Take a look at the side, and that's the road when you first drive into Southern Point. And as we go out there, here you have an extra linen closet, and then you're going to have your full bathroom. So this is going to have 3 full baths and a total of 4 bedrooms. So here goes the 2. This one here, as you can see again, going to have pretty decent. I was thinking it was going to have the same closet, but this one does not. But you can see it does overlook highway. Good little scenery to wake up to if you are a scenic person, or whoever would stay in that room. And then here will be the 4th bedroom, as it will just highlight. Now, I've seen people use these as extra entertainment rooms, which was kind of defeat the purpose, but maybe an office space. So this is the closet I thought we were gonna have in the other room. So now you have that good space inside of here. So you can use it for office space. I've seen people do that, just depending on your make, just so you can be all upstairs. You know, you have the extra entertainment room. Maybe you want to use it for a true movie room and use it as office space. I think you can do that with the downstairs being the master bedroom. So let's go to the kitchen and warm up some good old facts about this area and things you need to consider when it comes to here in the Southern Point area in this floor plan. So now we wrapped up the Sonoma plan here in Southern Point. And as you've seen, this house not only have great space, but even have a beautiful backyard. This generally is a good fit for people who are relocating to the Bryan area. And a couple things that I constantly get that I want to highlight. Number one, this is one of the only communities that does have a pool. You have other communities in the Bryan College Station area that does have that, but that's a special amenity that you want to have just for your personal fitness, or you want to have that for maybe your kids and have that access because you could be relocating. We have people who move from Florida oftentimes and they are used to water or just have access to it. Then this is one of those areas that you have that, but then you also have great proximity with it being close to whether it's a golf course in Pebble Creek or whether you want good shopping. HEB is one of the local favorites when it comes to grocery stores here, and you have different workout facilities, program for kids, gym, Gold's Gyms is just right off the street. So this is literally great proximity for everything that you're looking for. But the cool thing I like about the backyard is this is very rare to find this much yard space in these type of communities, especially when you say, hey, I know what I'm asking for. It's probably a lot, and I need to keep it in a reasonable price range. And being in this lower 400 price point is very good, I think, for you. So one thing I want to consider if you are relocating and you have so many more questions, or you have family or friend members who are familiar with the Southern Point area, and you're like, um, you know what? I've been trying to get my cousin or my sister or my brother to move over here, and I want them to maybe see some different floor plans. I've highlighted, if not all, of the different floor plans in this area. I will continue to do so. So make sure we contact them so I can maybe send you a custom video that's going to be to the specific that you need if you haven't made it here yet. And that way, hey, you can continue to watch our page, but then also I can be able to work with you directly as I have a desire to do so and assist. And definitely, if you need to sell, we can reach out and help you and assist you with the very same way we're doing now to educate you on what's available in the Bryan College Station area, specifically Southern Point. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you for taking out the time for just listening to this video and also educating yourself on the different things. Hey, beautiful thing is this. A legacy real estate, if you did not come from much, that's fine. But the thing I want you to make sure you do is get yourself a house, start building a legacy now, and make sure you leave something. All right. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next time. So if you're sitting down right now waiting for interest rates to drop before you decide to buy, well, that's just like in Texas waiting for it to snow in July. It's just not going to happen. But here's the reality is you could be missing out on the opportunity that we have right now that's going on in the market, and it could be saving you $1,000 and a lot of heartache and memories that you want to be able to build. So make sure you stay tuned to this video so you can be able to see what deals you're missing and how you can maybe have your home much sooner. Stay tuned to the end of this video so you can see how 3.99 interest rates are here and how you can be able to lock in. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. If you're new to my channel, we drop videos every week looking at new construction homes in a Bryan College Station area and give you a lot of the different insights that most of the time you will not find just by a quick Google search. So make sure you do subscribe if you're looking to move within the next 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, because majority of the time I will make sure you get all the information that you need to be able to make a sound decision. And so thank you for many of you guys who actually have reached out, whether it's through text message, whether it's through email, or even if it was in the comments and we reached out. Greatly appreciate you for just taking the time out by looking at my video. And I want to make sure I continue to give you the same value, and for your friends and family members. So today I am in Southern Horton community, and I'm walking down the street and just be able to see different layout and different floor plans that are being built currently right now. Now, I am right now in the heat of Texas. So if you are moving or relocating to Texas, I am towards the middle of August. So if you have a kid that's coming to school here, school haven't started quite yet, but the sun is giving me this great bright light. And so in the beginning, I talked about how, you're looking forward to snow in this time of the year, July, August. It's not going to happen. Now, right now, where football season is slowly approaching, you get the high peaks of 100 around this time of the year. And just like for yourself, you may say, hey, well, I'm looking for a house that's going to be maybe 3.99. Well, make sure you stay tuned. We're going to take a look at one of these houses that's one of the most popular floor plans in this community of Southern Point, and to make sure that you can be able to take advantage of the 3.99 interest rate. So right now, we're going to take a look at this very popular floor plan and see what you think is going to be a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. You don't want to miss it. Let's go check it out. All right, we're going to take a look at this press car. I love that blue color. It definitely stands out, almost like a frost. So we'll walk in here, and right when you walk inside of here, you're going to have your bathroom. They're still doing a few updates, so you're going to see a little paint in the bathrooms, but I always like that they don't have those inserts. It does give it a little bit more better look when they have the tile. So this here is going to be the front room. So as always, this front room generally can be your office area. Now this one particularly does have an open area, so you may use this as a true bedroom, but maybe you have that family, you're trying to maximize space, and this is going to be just that. So you have 2 bedrooms on both sides. So that's 1 bedroom. And this is going to be the 2nd bedroom here. Each is going to have its own individual closet. So you can be able to get a feel of that closet space inside of there. And then we walk out. So of course, this is going to be the front door, and we walk right into our foyer. Now, the cool thing that I'm not going to go to the left because we'll eventually circle back around, but for my stay at home or need an office space or even a playroom, this here is going to be an open area. Now, depending on your time of finding these, I always tell people move-in homes generally are better to find if you are trying to do something quick, fast, and you don't want to do a build. And I've seen those to be the best incentivized opportunities. And here you're going to have your kitchen, and you have a good open space. So you have your dining room area that's going to be right over there, and the backyard, we'll take a look at that in a minute. You can be able to use this counter space. It's going to look over to the living room. And one of the reasons I like this is because for those who will looking to expand, or you have tight spaces, you'll be able to, maybe put your TV there, wash your dishes, and be able to clean. And then we can go over here into our laundry room. Sorry, not laundry room, my pantry. Excuse me. We'll take a look at the laundry room in a minute. Apparently, I wanted to make sure you see that. Now, these do come with a stove and microwave, and depending, I'll touch at the end about how we can be able to include refrigerator and some of the other appliances. Now, here is going to be the backyard. Now, Southern Point is a master plan community, so you're going to have about $400 you'll pay, and that $400 will be able to get you everything from, you can take a look at that, a pool, splash pad. This is the perfect area if you do want a good master plan community, meaning it's all inclusive on options. So this is the backyard, real good for my good furry friends. You can have one entrance. So right over there, you have your entrance. Now, this little thing right over here is going to be your sprinkler system. In the state of Texas, you want to make sure you keep your ground moisturized with clay You don't want it to dry up. So then you have this covered patio space where you can be able to hook up your entertainment system, have lighting where if you just want to be able to have some escape at home, you have that option. I love that blue. So we come back in. Of course, you have guests, friends, and family members. You can kind of watch from the outside as they walk in, because maybe you decide, hey, this Texas heat is nothing to play with. So this here will be our main bedroom. Can definitely fit a good queen and king size bed. So we'll walk over here. Now I love this because it does have the combo with the shower and the tub, garden tub, you know, for the relaxation with your privacy. And this one here does have a stall that's around the corner, so it does not have a door. And you're gonna have that. But the cool thing I do like about this, have both your double sinks, and then you can connect your good closet space. So we'll close that up. Most of the time, this is just going to be your Wi-Fi or something in relation to your internet. So when we come here, I'm walking all the way back against the wall. Then we have our shelves that's built in. I always love that because it's ample space there when you don't have to pull your own dresser inside of here. And then we have the laundry room. So here's your laundry room that I was so excited for you to be able to see. And just depending on your time frame, sometimes we can be able to get that included in here. Now you can be able to see whether it's a front load or top load. Then when you circle back around, this is going to be your fourth bedroom. Now I like this one. This bedroom is kind of tucked away in the corner. This is generally has been for this floor plan a good guest bedroom. And the cool thing I love about this, right where that little lid is at, you have your full bathroom. So this bathroom can be for if you have guests, because remember this is our study room here. We have our front room here, but then this bathroom can be connected for these people who's going to be in this bedroom. So the reason I may say or like this or consider this is because this comes a little bit out of the garage. So right in our garage, you have your attic space where you can park 2 cars here. You have your water heater, and we can be able to go up there. Let's go take a look at it. You can see good attic space. And you're gonna have your furnace up here as well. Got a little storage space as well, but ductwork. And you know, if you're really intrigued about all of that, make sure you tune in on Cash Flow Friday. We'll be tuning in a little bit more. So when we come out back into the house, that's where you're gonna have right there a bathroom. And this is going to be the laundry room. And then of course you're going to have that extra bedroom in here. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about some of the incentives that is going on that you do want to catch on. And even if not now, reach out to me and tell me, hey, if that's still something that applies because of our relationship. So let's hit a couple facts and go from there. Okay, so thank you for watching that. So this once again is called the Prescott, and the Prescott is a 4-3-bedroom, one of the most popular plans, a little bit right at 2,000 square feet, a little bit underneath right at that 1,900 square feet. And one of the reasons I like this plan is that we've sold this home off of our videos because of you who take the time out to watch the videos, reach out to me, ask questions. They end up finding houses just like this and finding and at a get incentivized time. Now, remember, if you're moving in, one of the great incentives that they have here is you can be able to get 3.99 interest rate. So let me go into a little bit depth and help you understand why is this the case. Now, I'm going to talk low because here's the reality. These builders build these homes and they want to buy down your interest rate. Now, you say, how much does it cost for you to buy down your interest rate? So compare and contrast. If you were to take the time to buy the interest rate, to buy it down, the current market rate right now is teetering around 6%, maybe 7%, depending on where you grade it, or 5%. Now, this here is the incentivized rate of 3.99. Now, that makes a huge difference, almost a couple $100 in your payment, and over time, you can save thousands of dollars. And the builders want to make sure that you be able to get a house at a great incentivized rate, but as well get you something that not waiting on everybody else saying, wait till the interest rate drop, wait till this person say this, which way. Listen, your legacy begins, as I always say, when your excuses end. So here's an opportunity. So I want you to reach out and say, Jabbar, I like this floor plan, or hey, I like some things and I don't like some things about this house, but I maybe like this neighborhood. This is, like I said, Texas 6 is coming into College Station. So you see your Tower Point, you see the before you get to Texas A&M, this will be a good combination of rental and family area, just because of where it's located on College Station side. College Station is considered to be a little bit more, South College Station, correct myself, South College Station has always known to be more of the family side. And then as you get more into College Station, you'll be more college students, okay? So thank you for taking out the time for watching this video, but please subscribe, reach out, schedule a time with me, text message or email. I'm here to be able to answer your question, and my team want to make sure that we assist you in the best way possible. And the only way we can do that is, number one, you subscribe, you comment, or you reach out directly so we can answer your questions. Thank you for taking out the time for being able to watch this, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have you been looking for a home that, let's say, over 2,500 to over 3,000 square feet in Bryan College Station and want to stay underneath $500,000, then you need to make sure you stay tuned to this video and where this neighborhood and where these homes are at if you're looking for a good size home in that price range. Let's check it out. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing at Bryan College Station. If you're new to my channel and you're looking to move within the next 90 days, even 9 months, or even looking to invest, make sure you subscribe as we drop videos every weekend. We're talking about investing and also where neighborhoods are at in the Bryan College Station and how you can be able to take advantage of some of the things that sometimes you don't know is available. And that's my job, is to be able to give you insight and details on what's going on. So I appreciate many of the people that we meet with throughout the weeks, because oftentimes what I found out is, people who have a big family, it's difficult to find houses that are in a decent price range. And so one of the things I've noticed is that the one community that really does this well is going to be Southern Point community. And so they have built out the entrance where you've seen Texas Born is a gas station that is really, really custom to Texas as well. If you're out of state and relocating, if you heard of 7-Eleven, it's like a Texas version of 7-Eleven. And this neighborhood that I'm in right now, they have constantly built homes that fall right in that price point of under $500,000. Because the thing that I notice is, if you're wanting to stay in College Station, or if you're just wanting to find houses that's big enough, that's not over $600,000-$800,000, and you need the square footage, that could be a bit of a challenge, just depending on your overall time frame here in College Station. So my job in this video and many other videos following is to show you some of the opportunities and homes that are available. Now, these are most of the time we're going to be selected builders. So we're going to take a look at a plan today. It's called the Kiowa plan. So this is the Horton plan. Now this plan does specifically have over 3,000 square feet, a 5-bedroom, and they have this plan often. Now, when you reach out, definitely let me know, because I can tell you the availability and the incentive that generally we are able to help you lock in if you're in that time crunch. And now, if you have time out, look at this video and subscribe. And when you book a call with us, or you can be able to join our webinar, and we'll highlight all that again at the end. Let's take a look at the home, and then we'll take a look at some details on how you can continue to get insight on what's going to be a good fit for you. Let's go check out this Kiowa. So here is the Kiowa plan. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I love the stone and hardy mix right when you walk in. So when we go inside, right here we'll have the study. So this study will be for those who love to work from home, or maybe homeschoolers can have your setup here. And then you have your dining room. That's come right when you walk in. So when you turn, and you're gonna have your first bathroom, make up there. And then when we come out of that bathroom, we're going to have a bedroom. Now, this is not your main bedroom. This here will be considered a guest room. You're going to have your main bedrooms all upstairs. So we'll come out of this room. And right when we come out, we're going to have our living room and kitchen. So this is going to be our living room setup. As we said, that was the dining room. So this here is going to show, hey, our second dining room area and your kitchen. So love the countertop space island right here in the middle. You can be able to put about 2 to 3 benches there. We can be able to take a look at the pantry. Decent pantry space as you go around. That's going to be your washer and dryer. And also, you're going to have your garage. Now, I love the tankless water here as it went to that. It's efficient in more bigger size houses. Oftentimes, in the go get a lower bill. This is your sprinkler system. 2-car garage, has some depth over here. If you want to have some extra storage, a decent size, and this is just all downstairs. So let's go back inside. And now let's take a look. Now these backyards, depending on the actual lot that you buy this on, this is very important to keep in mind. Each lot is going to be different. I've seen this Kiowa plan be on a lot where it's a massive backyard, and that's not always the case. And that really where it comes down to the timing. So let's say your timing is, you're on a time crunch and you want to be able to find something. And you don't want to have to wait. A lot of people that we work with are incoming from Texas A&M. They're here for work, and you know they want to try to find something in a certain time manner. Then that is something that is in consideration as far as like if you want a specific size and combination of things. Generally, we can be able to build something if we need to. So let's go inside, and we want to take a look at the rest of the house. And so this here is the room we looked at. So we'll go ahead and take a look upstairs. So that's the main bedroom. All these stairs here. And when you come upstairs, now this is where you're going to have your main. I have 3 windows that's going to overlook the rest of the neighborhood. Walking around, easily can fit king or California king inside. So that's when we walk in. Then of course, walk inside of here, you're going to have a combination, good reselling point when you have both tubs and shower. So here you go all the way to the back to the closet here, and then we walk out, and then inside of here, stall. So that's going to be your main bathroom upstairs for your main bedroom. And then when we walk out, you're going to have a little mini study here. So once again, this is a good area. You can overlook some sunlight, put a desk there. And then this here is the entertainment room. So this entertainment room is going to be very open. Say if you did want to do like a pool table, you can be able to do that. Now we're going to go into this bedroom. Here's the next bedroom, and they have really good, decent size. So if you have a big family and they say, hey, I want a big closet, and you're like, well, get a big closet when you get your own house. But this may be a good option for you. And that's going to overlook the backyard. On the rest of the neighborhood, you will eventually have neighbors, just depending on the time frame of when this is purchased. And let's go here. And so they're going to have that own bathroom upstairs. So it'll be a total of 3 full bathroom, no half. And then this is going to be the bedroom right next to it. So you're going to have those sharing bedrooms. This one here is going to look out. That's the entry into the room. And then here would be the closet space. Okay. So with that, you can linen closet. And then over here is that storage closet that I didn't get to show you.
Hey, welcome back. We're back in my office. We had a little audio issues, but as you look at this house and you're looking for something that's over that 3,000 square feet, here's a few things that you want to keep in mind is that Southern Point is an area that has not only all those options for you to be able to find a home that's going to be in the area, but certain times of the year they have certain homes that they're building would come along with incentives. And if you're approaching on the holiday season, you say, hey Jabbar, I really need to be able to get something, but I have so many questions about either me relocating, you moving, like I say, next 3 months, 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, and you have questions that you want to get answered, make sure you book a time below. My goal and a lot of the successes come when I get the chance to talk with you, and because me answering your specific questions that's the reason that most people are looking online, because you're trying to figure out the neighborhood. How can this work for me if I'm moving? I have some moving questions. If I have certain features or certain specific things that's unique to my personality or my family, even when it comes to neighborhood, I want you to reach out so that I can be able to answer those specific questions. That way, when we look for this area or even somewhere that's have not been highlighted yet, I can make sure that I can answer those specific questions for you and ultimately save you time. And that's my goal with this video. That's my goal with everything that we do at Legacy Real Estate, is to give you the accurate information that's going to help you make the best decision for you and your family. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being able to look at this floor plan. And I ask that you, as always, subscribe, like, and remember, your legacy begins when your excuses end. All right, I'll see you next time.
Hey, so have you gotten to a place where you say, I want to find an investment property that is in College Station, but I'm maybe moving and I'm not going to be here as long as I hope? Then you need to stay tuned, because this video is going to show you this community. Also, why it's a great community to buy something and potentially rent it or resell it, and maybe some of the ways you can be able to get into these houses with some of the great programs we have. All right, let's go take a look. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. And today we are in Southern Point, and we generally talk about the living and investing, and on this one we're going to talk about the investing. So right now I'm walking down one of the streets and I'm seeing a few houses that are for lease. And so this is a great opportunity when you're trying to find a home. It's particularly an investment property. If you are that person, say, hey, I'm going to be in College Station, I'm relocating here, probably going to be here for about 3 years to 5 years. This is the perfect video, as this home will be a good fit for you when it comes to opportunities, when it comes around homes that will be good rental properties for you when you move. And these neighborhoods are great, and they have like a 10% amount when it comes to homes that they want to be able to allow you to rent here. So let's take a look at this 3-2 plan. It's called the Auburn plan. It's a great for if you're a smaller family, or if you just living solo and you want to be able to have something in a master plan community, because that also makes it a great investment, because you have a lot of options that you get in here when it comes to the walking course, when it comes to the pool, when it comes to the baseball field, and all the different things that this master plan community has. So let's go take a look at this and let me know what you think. All right, so this house is going to be that 3-2 right here. So the cool thing I like about this is that right here to your left you can get a chance to see the bedroom in the front. It's facing the actual front of the house, and then you have your second bedroom here. And I always say this can be office, mother-in-law suite, depending on what works for you. But the cool thing is that they have their own separate bathroom. So this is the full 3-2. So regardless of this room, if you use one as a bedroom or in the office, you get both options. And then you have that entrance. So this will be the garage door entrance. And this here, 2-car garage, you have your sprinkler system, that's gonna be right over there. Tankless water heater, save on the efficiency of the water bill. And so when we walk inside of here, we have the beautiful living room. So this living room, good for guests. Then you have your dining room over here. You see right here, we have the kitchen, and love this gas stove. I have a gas stove in both all this community, which is good. And then we can also work on appliances. So when you reach out, I always encourage so that we can be able to see what's going to be a good fit for you. As far as programs, you don't have to be pre-approved before you reach out. So here's the laundry room that's going to be right across from your master bedroom. So this master bedroom here will lead into the double sink and shower. And then you have your closet there. Then you have your stall. So let's see if we can get this backyard. This is a good patio. I love that it has this covered patio. And so you can be able to get a chance to see the backyard, beautiful sky, but these are great opportunities for investments. So make sure you reach out. Hey, thank you for taking out time and watching the video. And if you like this video and you say, hey, can you run me some numbers on what my mortgage would be? I would expect anything from this house to get you in a mortgage around close to $2,000 up to maybe $2,500. It does depend on a couple of factors, but this house also, or in this neighborhood, apply for USDA, which is a rural development. Because it's outside of the city limits, you can be able to qualify for a house here using that loan program. So that just allows you to not have to have as much money out of your pocket, which also allows for you to have the opportunity to capitalize on something like this and save money instead of renting. So if you like this video, please subscribe. I always ask that you reach out to us so we can maybe answer the questions you have and get to the specifics of your situation so that I can know what's going to be a best fit for you and your family. Thank you for watching and look forward to talking to you soon. Texas World Speedway. That is what used to be here at this location in Southern Point, but now you have a community of over 5 different builders and options. And today we're going to be able to tour some of the homes that you may want to check out if you're new to the area or you're ready to jump in and get and own your own home. Now, whether you do the 30-year mortgage or the 50-year mortgage, that's not what this video is about. But maybe stay tuned. We'll talk a little bit about that. But let's stay tuned as we check out Southern Point here in Bryan College Station. Let's check it out. Welcome back to Southern Point. So right here, I'm at the master plan community. So when you come into Southern Parkway, and you'll be able to see this on a drone shot, you'll see this Darlington Avenue right here where all the model homes are located. But this is going to tell you kind of the phase of where they're at, because you can see that everything on this left side is still in the process. So if you go right over here, you'll see it's still haven't been built out. But right here, when you got the model homes, but then you have parks. I don't even think I even seen this. They have a baseball field that's gonna be back here. You're gonna have a fishing pond that's gonna be back there. You have a splash pad. So master plan community means you literally have everything you need in this community, and it's continuing to be added on. So we're gonna go check out these homes, but I just wanted you to get an idea of when you're looking at Southern Point, this is one of not the only master plan community, but one of the ones that's the closest if you're looking to try to find a house that is going to have quick access to things like Houston, or if you're a Christmas fan, you have the Christmas Santa's Wonderland not far from here. So let's go check out the rest of the houses, and so you can just know a little bit about what's near. So right now we're about to take a look at the Sonoma plan for DR Horton here in the Southern Point. And as you're catching some beautiful, beautiful Texas flag and a little bit of the sunset going down, you can kind of get an idea of also the street. So this is one of those newer phase as you've seen at the beginning. So we'll go take a look at this one. Total 4-bedroom, 2-bath, a little bit over 2,500 square feet to be exact. This here is 2572. And as you walk in, you're going to get upstairs, so we'll go up there in a second. But the cool thing I do like about this is that you have your half bathroom, but your main bedroom is downstairs. Now, I've got most people have mixed feelings where you like your main bedroom upstairs or downstairs. This here is specifically one of those nuances that you can be able to get it downstairs. So as you come inside of here, this here is like your true reading room. And the reason I like this is because if you are a reader, maybe a worker, you can use this as like a little office space, and where the rest of the room can be for the house. I mean, for your house, not for your house, you know what I mean. The rest of the room can be for the bedroom. So you can probably put your nightstands here. You can do a California King if what you choose, good bed size, but you get a chance to come inside of here. Now you have a combo set, right? You got your good old tub with your stand-up shower. Now we also have walk-in closet. Yeah, So the cool thing I always like about most closets is you can have the shelving space that allows you to put your shoes, put your, your ties, your tucks, whatever works for you. But that is kind of centered in there, and it's good for maximizing your space before it comes to the closet. So we're gonna go inside of living room area. Now, real big open, so this will be technically where you would, treat your living room, put some bar stools here. And as we go into the oven, I love this whirlpool. It's kind of a double oven mixture. And the cool thing about that is like you're so used to the double oven kind of being up high, so that's good positioning to having a little bit low. And this here is a gas stove, so this community is made up all of gas. So that's always been a major question for, I guess it depends on do you guys think it matters like what generation you grew up in, whether you like gas stoves or not? Do you think it matters, Judge?
No.
No, okay, well. Here, anyways, you have here is your dining room. And then as we go right outside, get a chance to take a look at the backyard. Now, you will have some friendly neighbors that you have access to, but it's no more building here. And do you hear that? Exactly. Quiet. Peace. Very crazy day. You can come back here and listen to the AC cut on. That's what just happened. Let's go take a look at the rest of the house. After that, we can come over here in the corner. Now, you're gonna have your laundry room that's gonna be set off, and this will be a pantry. So have a good pantry all here in one area, and then 2-car garage is normal here. I have your tankless water heater, and then you also have your sprinkler system. So, here in Texas, you wanna make sure, as hot as it get here. Just had a family move from Georgia, and I said, well, hi, how's it going? He's like, well, it's hot. And I said, and it's just November, right? So I guess be prepared. Texas heat is real, especially if you haven't grew up here. All right, so let's go upstairs. I love this part is have the high ceilings, kind of can get a chance to see where the rest of the family will hang out. Now, I love this entertainment room. This has been the favorite area of all, just because of how open it is. This is what you call like a true movie room, entertainment room. You see that? You can get your steps in. So you can see how spacious it is. This back here, you'll get a chance to take a look at the backyard. We got the kiddos playing in the back, and you say, stay in the backyard. I'm not going, but I can lift the windows up and I can tell you, hey, don't do that. Leave your brother and sister alone. Come upstairs, do it one more time. If you have kids, you understand. And if not, well, tell your friends to leave each other alone. Okay. And we're gonna go here, and you'll have the rest of the bedrooms. This here would just be an extra closet for your extra towels, linens, and if you have like guest room up here. So this would be your second bedroom, as the first one was downstairs and that was a main. I love, even though this is not a main, it's like, just have a good closet space, right? I mean, it's like if you're thinking and you're that person that likes to think and walk, it's a great walk-in closet. We go here. I love some of the finishes here, not your normal tub inserts. Have a full-size bathroom on the upstairs level, and then you have 2 rooms here and have your closet. Now you can use this for office space as well. I always think like these rooms that are a little bit more smaller, sometimes you can use it as an extra room for if you're homeschooling. That's a good opportunity to use some of these rooms for just that. And I had one family who did homeschooling, was planning on using one of those areas for that. And this is the extra room, and they do a good job of just making sure space for closet. Like closet space is the biggest thing, especially if you have growing kids and teens that have just as much clothes as you. I'm not judging, I'm just saying, you know, they pick up after your style. So the thing I do love about this is we'll wrap up, and I want to maybe highlight a couple things that you should be aware of when it comes to College Station, when it comes to the Southern Point area, and then we'll wrap from there. So as we wrap up looking at this Sonoma, one of the things that I want you to be aware of, there's been a lot of talk about 50-year mortgages, and I think a lot of the things in the news when it comes to loans, even credit scores, are going to be different after November. I think if you ever tune into our Cash Flow Friday, we can go a little bit deeper because this is living and investing, and I tend to bring my investment mindset when it comes to why you should purchase this home. But I want you to think about this. Now is probably the best time to capitalize on some of these homes that's in these areas, because who knows what will happen. Maybe you have better deals, but I always think that time is in your hands on what you choose to do and why you reach out now. And I always encourage, please reach out, because even if you're moving within the next 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 months, the main thing I want to do is make sure that we can assist you, that we can guide you, and be able to add to your family legacy. Whether you're relocating, you just need to make a fast decision, or you need to think it through. I love for you to book a call so that we can talk and see, hey, with all the moving parts in the economy, that's the macro. What do we need to do with your micro economy when it comes to your family legacy? So thank you for watching this video. As always, please subscribe, please comment, and please share this with someone. I thrive off of opportunities to serve more people. And until next time, remember, your legacy begins when your excuses end. Looking for new construction deals in the Bryan College Station area, it can be difficult. So if you want to make sure you find a good deal in the Bryan College Station area, make sure you stay tuned to this video, because you may find some history about Texas A&M as you tune in. Welcome to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And if you're looking within the next 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 months, make sure you click the link below so that we can be able to talk. And today I am in Reveille Estate, and we're going to be taking a look at one of the 2-story plans in this neighborhood. Now, this is a new community that's right in the heart of Bryan College Station. Now, Reveille Estate, if you're familiar with Texas A&M, is not only one name after Reveille, which is the Texas A&M. You'll find a lot of history in the midst of this neighborhood. So this neighborhood is going to be roughly around 250 houses, and this is going to eventually end up connecting all the way back out to the highway. So this is the one entrance they have here, but then here in a second you're going to have houses going to be lined all the way down here. So I've worked with them to get you guys a very great deal. So if you say, hey, I won't be wanting nothing in the next couple of days, but I do want to take advantage of the opportunity, definitely reach out, book a time below so that we can talk. Now, the cool thing I like about this, so this house that we're going to look at right now is on Windsor Baker Street. So if you have any graduating or people who's coming to Texas A&M that are engineers, then you're going to have a lot of time in that building. So Windsor Baker is one of the buildings at Texas A&M after the engineer building. So we're going to take a look at this floor plan. It's going to be a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and I think this will be a good layout if you're renting or if this is going to be an investment, and sometimes it can be a combination of both. And I think that's the beautiful thing about our channel is that not only have I identified as an investor-friendly agent, but we have great relationship with a lot of these builders, whether if you're a first-time home buyer as well, it benefits you both ways. So let's go take a look at this plan and take a look at this 2-story plan here on Windsor Baker. So as we walk inside of here, right when we walk in, you'll have a bathroom and a bedroom. This here is going to be facing the front. Cool thing I like about this is most of the time, you know, it's like your mother-in-law suite setup. So right here, I like that towel, good finish. Not just the insert, then you're also going to have pantry. Then as you walk in here, you have your half bathroom. This is, excuse me, other planes have a half bathroom. But check this out. Since I messed that up, you can have a little closet there. I was convinced that was a half bathroom, wasn't I? So you have your closet underneath the stairs. And then this here will be your living room that will go into your dining room and your kitchen. Now, they have a lot of different color schemes, most of these builders. And I will say, depending on where you catch them, like I always tell you, you know, you're moving the next 9 days or 9 months, sometimes, not all the time, but we can be able to catch them and change these color schemes because they have these color schemes that's built out when it comes to the cabinets, when it comes to the floors, when it comes to the countertops, and it's a flow, a combination, and most builders will let you adjust. Now, this one is cool because it is facing the very back, and this is a farm, so kind of a premium because most time most people say, who's going to be behind me? Well, right now, you're just going to have some good old cattle life maybe. So have a retaining wall right there to help prevent from rain. So we'll go back in and then let's go upstairs. So we'll go upstairs and you'll have the rest of the house. So you've seen so far 1 bedroom. So this here will be considered your master bedroom. So this is the first room right here when you come upstairs. Very good, decent space, overlook the back as well. And then this here is going to have your individual stall, have your sink, and you'll also have your shower, and then your walk-in closet. So this is different. If you're that person that say, hey, you know, I will prefer, I don't mind all my bedrooms being upstairs and my guest room may be downstairs, right? This is what this layout is. And so you come out here, you also have another bathroom. So this will be the second one. Kind of have a separate entrance where someone can be in a shower and this door can be closed, and then this person can be in here, you know, washing the face, brushing the teeth, or getting the makeup on. And so you come out of there, you can go right into this laundry room. There you go. Good laundry room setup. Coming out of here, then you'll go in this bedroom here. And this here can be an extra bedroom. And sometimes the size of these, you can use them as a study. But technically, bedrooms are always going to have a closet. So anytime you go in a room or house, it's like, well, this is a room here. Well, it's no closet. Well, technically, that is a study. And then you have this room here where you can be able to oversee the front part of the house. And as this neighborhood now, all the way over there, you'll start seeing a lot of other houses. So depending on when you see this video, you probably see us continue to tour down Reveille Estate. But I'll give you some final tips on how you can take advantage of some of the great financing options, and we'll wrap it up from there.
Okay, so one of the things with these builders is if you are moving, it doesn't matter, like I said, 9 days, and 9 months. I want to make something very clear. All the builders that we have built a relationship with, so everything that we've toured, I've either have certain legacy heroes, which is just like your firefighters or your police, Army Reserve. If you're any one of those, make sure you reach out because I want to make sure appreciate your service, but also you get the incentives that we have built in for you, and also interest rates. The conversation for today in 2025 is rates are higher. And this is stopping most people from taking advantage of homes. Where here at Legacy Real Estate, I'm real big on making sure people take advantage of opportunities. And so we have not only had conversations up front, but make sure we help negotiate good deals for you. And this would mean you could get a lower interest rate than what the current market offers. So make sure you do not miss the opportunity to at least understand how that works. These interest rates could be anywhere from 4%, 4.8 right now as the time of recording this video. And we're in just beginning of May of 2025. And sometimes 4.8, 4.9, we just had a client come in. And sometimes, you may have higher, just depending on your financial situation. But if that is a factor and you want to stay within a certain budget, this house here is right around 350. So 350, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and you can have something that's going to fit you and your family. This is going to be almost a steal. Now, another cool thing is that this neighborhood, and I'm talking low because I want you to know as of right now how the USDA work, which is a rural development loan, is since this neighborhood is so new, this area still qualifies for a USDA loan. So what that means is oftentimes if you're a first-time home buyer and you are buying something outside of the city limits, you can be able to find one of these homes and buy it with zero money out of your pocket because USDA loans is a rural development. And because this is such a new development, you can be able to access some of these houses with zero down with the qualified credit. Now, even if that's not the case, we have programs that will enroll you in. But all that to say is I want you to know when it comes to getting you in or finding great deals, whether it's speed, whether it's option, or whether it's the financing, that's nothing short of us. Now, if this is investment for you, you can take advantage of some of these exact same terms. Just we can talk on the back end and make sure we structure it the correct way for you and your accountant to make sure overall is a good deal for you. So all that to say, thank you for watching. I appreciate you for just taking the time out to be able to just tap in the video, liking the video, hey, and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing. My job, my goal is to continue to bring you the living and investing in Bryan College Station and continue to give you and answer any question you have. So if you have any questions, make sure you put in the comments below. Please do. I know sometimes I miss some things and I want to make sure that you guys get your questions answered. But other than that, remember, if you don't have a legacy, that's fine. But now that you know, don't you dare leave this earth without leaving a legacy behind. Thank you for watching.
So if you ever had to take class in a blocker building, math, one of your favorite subjects, whether that's true or not, imagine finding an area or neighborhood that has a street where homes are representing Texas A&M. So stay tuned so you can see what neighborhood this house and houses are on that is named after one of the main buildings on Texas A&M campus. Let's take a look. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and we drop a video every week. Whether you're moving within the next 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, we have people reach out to us who was ready looking for their students, and we have people who say, hey, I need some help walking through some examples of the neighborhoods, and this is the perfect video for you. So whether you're living or investing, we're going to talk about a little bit of both today. And as we talked about the blocker street, now right now I'm in a very hidden area of the Bryan College Station area. I say hidden because this neighborhood have so many different trees that you would not know about unless you look at all this video. So make sure you stay to the very end so I can give you all the insights. But this is a new area community, and this neighborhood, we have taken some time out and actually doing some tours. You can see some of the houses that has been built all the way down Blocker Street. Now, this neighborhood has done a wonderful job after naming all the streets after something that is connected with Texas A&M. So if you're a graduate and you've been here, or maybe you have your kids that are going to school here at Texas A&M, then you maybe want to stay tuned and maybe see if you could be able to purchase, invest, or even move back to an area that is taking some time to really continue some of the purposes of Texas A&M. So right now we're in Reveille Estate. Reveille Estate, we have toured, but these homes is going to be made anywhere from the lower 200 up to probably 450. So this is a new build community that is made up of only one builder, Century Communities, and so they have done a wonderful job at getting some good price homes, but also connecting it to the Texas A&M school. So the beautiful thing about this is that you'll see this house and many of the houses that they're building is going to connect all the way to the main highway. So this street that I'm on right now is kind of hitting in the back. You have some other neighborhoods like Yupon Trails who's building here. But a cool thing that I'll tell you at the end about this neighborhood is some certain programs that you can be able to use to be able to get a home. So let's take a look at this one plan that's right behind me. We will take a look at this Barnett plan that is right underneath 300,000 and a great fit for you if you're looking for maybe a college student to be able to find a home, a good 3-2. So we'll take a look at that, and then we'll talk a little bit about more about this neighborhood and this plan and why it should be a good fit for you. Let's go check it out. All right. So right now we're standing outside of the 3-2, 1,400 square feet house, and we're going to take a look at the inside. Love the white brick layout, have the keypad entrance. So right when we walk into the foyer, you're going to have to the right your first bedroom. Now, I always say these you can be able to use as a bedroom because, or office, bedroom or office, or sometimes a little mother-in-law suite. So maybe you just need that area where you can use that. Now, granted, you may decide that this is just for good guests, or you want to be in this area. So when you come in here, you're going to have your bathroom and your linen closet. So be able to get that right inside here. And then next we go inside here. Now I love the tile that they put in these bathrooms. It's just a better look, better feel than just pretty much your one little plaster shower. So we come into the foyer and then we'll go into our first bedroom here. Second bedroom, excuse me. So this is just a good layout. It's going to be the side. So I love this as a corner lot. We'll take a look at that here in a second, but you can kind of get an idea of the closet space. Good ample closet. Now this is, I think like these are first is a first time home. This house or floor plan will be just that. Or if you're saying, hey, I want to find something that's, in a good budget range, we'll have that. Now this here to the left, we're going to have our laundry room. So you have this all to the left, and then we're going to have our garage. Now it's a 2-car garage, and they have a couple of things inside of here, but you can kind of get a feel. And this is going to be the attic space, and also this here is going to be your sprinkler system. So it has a sprinkler system. That's really important in the state of Texas to make sure that we can keep that soil dry, because that Texas soil, it can't let it get dry or it can damage more of the house. So this here will come into the living room. I like the color palette is white cabinets. That has been and become a very popular look here recently. And then we come over here to the living room. So I like this layout where you have this. It's going to overlook the living room, and we're going to take a look at this master bedroom, and then we'll take a look outside last. So kind of get a chance to see it from this last view. So master bedroom as we come into. So go right out here outside, but you can put your dining room area and some bar stools. So if we walk inside of here, we can be able to see, all right, well, this here is the master bedroom. I have good depth as I'm walking all the way around. Enter inside of here. Nice ceiling fan, nice view of the backyard. So as we walk inside of here, I like the simple, hey, simplicity actually sells a lot. So the simple white look makes it stands out. And right in here, I like that it has the funny thing, seeing the spider right there. And if you know, when you're building a lot of these houses, you got to get your pest control spray. So this actually comes with pest control, but you sometimes find those little critters in here. So, but the reason I was also laughing is you kind of get a combination of your tub and your shower. And so a lot of people have been always looking for that. So we'll go right in here, walk-in closet. Gotta love the walk-in closet, right? So you got your good old walk-in closet status. We'll go back out here, both his and her, or double sink for you to be able to share, hey, this is where you brush your teeth, this is where I brush my teeth, right? You make your mess, don't make my mess. I have those conversations. That's for another video. All right, so now we're gonna go outside and take a look at the backyard. Now, the one thing I always mention is that when you have a house that is right in the backyard, you have this one specifically being a corner lot. So the beautiful thing I like about this is that, guess what? Now, you're not gonna have anything. Now, give or take, you're gonna have a little noise as people drive down this road. Now, this is I won't say it's a private road, but it's a one-way road to be able to get to the main part of town. So that could be a plus for you. But good depth for your good old furry friends. Have that one-way entrance on this left side. Now, the good thing I always love about new construction is you have good warranty built in for the first-time home buyers or people who's, been on the fence to say, hey, I don't want to buy one, or, I don't want to have to take care of it. They have a HOA that's about $200 to $300 a year and very low maintenance, but you want to make sure not only it's protected, but two, you can have people come in and check on you just to make sure all is well. So I like this backyard, has a good covered patio. You can be able to have your plug-in station, so you can get a chance to be able to take a look at this. So with that being said, we'll take a look and say a couple things, and then we'll wrap up from there. Okay, so we're back here in the main area. And one of the things that I did want to tell you is that this neighborhood of Beverly Estate, it is considered USDA at the time of me recording the video. So it's right now about halfway into August, as school is going to be starting here in a couple weeks. And the reason I point that out is because most of you guys who maybe have your kids here, the question, because of us having an investment channel, is often is, what if I decide that I want to pay for a house and pay the mortgage on one instead of investing in an apartment that I'm gonna have to pay maybe $1,200, and if I have two kids, I may have to pay double that amount. Well, let's just face it, the mortgage on something like this could range anywhere from $1,500 up to $1,800 at the highest on $2,000. Depends on your financing, depend on a lot of different things. So don't hold me exactly to that. But one of the things I will say is that there are incentivized rates as well. So all that to say, even if that's not even a concern for you, and you just want to find somewhere with proximity to Texas A&M, but it's not far away, but far enough away that maybe you want to be able to stay in this when you're in town and you just have one kid that does well by themselves. Regardless who you are and where you're at, I want you to be able to reach out, because just like people like yourself who's taking the time out to watch the video, you have questions, you have concerns that you don't know how to answer, and the best way to be able to find it is you book a time below so that I can be able to answer the questions that you have. Therefore, we can be able to assist you better than maybe that we covered on this video. And if it's something that you think we should do better, or we forgot to tell you about this house, about this neighborhood, please put it in the comments. I encourage you so that I can do and my team can be able to view this stuff, and then we can know how to serve you better. That's the main job of everything we do, and that's the purpose of this channel. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking our time for looking at this video. And if you haven't, subscribe, and make sure you share this with a friend that you know that's coming here, or just looking for a good realtor to be able to do business with. And we look forward to meeting you. And here at Legacy Real Estate, one of the mottos that I always go off is that legacy begin when your excuses end. Reach out, and look forward to talking to you soon. Have you ever asked the question, in College Station, where are the homes that have great lake views, backyard patios and houses that are more custom made for my family and my style, well, make sure you stay tuned to the video because I think you're going to like everything I have to show you with this model home in Brewster Point, College Station. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. And today, if you're new to my channel, you ask the question, hey, I may be moving in 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months. Make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss out on the tour of many of the houses here in the Bryan College Station area. Now, today we're in Brewster Point, which is College Station. So to give you a little insight on Bryan College Station, so you have the Bryan side, you have the College Station side, and then within certain areas of Bryan College Station, you also have families, college rentals, and this area I'm in right now is Brewster Point. So this is South College Station. So South College Station is more known for families where they live, where most families come. This neighborhood is connected to Castlegate, which is one of the well-known neighborhoods, and being connected to Texas 6 Highway. Now we have a little rain going on this morning, so but I also want you to be able to see this beautiful neighborhood that's in the midst of the rain, so you can know good quality of homes, but also see what the neighborhood looks like. Now we've highlighted a couple homes in the Brewster Point area, but it's been a lot of build. Now starting in Brewster Point, the price point is going to start around $400,000, and pretty much from there you have 500,000, 600,000, and it's depending on 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms. You rarely will find some 3 bedrooms in this neighborhood because this is once again more for family. So you'll see more 2-story houses as you see as I look down the street. 2-story homes. So today we're going to take a look at this model home behind me that is built by Blackstone, the local builders that I always talk about. So they do a beautiful job building homes and building memories for family. And so we're going to take a look at this model home, see what you think. I think you're going to love it, and let's go take a look at it. All right, let's take a look at this Emerson plan built by Blackstone. Love the white black accent, gray garage door. So as we walk in to the entry, so right here to the left would generally would be where your garage is located. I think Blackstone did a wonderful job on branding. I love it myself. And then you can see this is the different communities they are in. So from Brewster Point, Mission Ranch, Oakmont, and Ventus Estate. Now you see we have those other neighborhoods, but we need to get here. So if you want to see that, let us know. But Brewster Point is where we're going to highlight, like I said already, about mid 400 price point where this community starts, and then also how the process. So if you're somebody who wants to build, we'll take a look at that towards the end. Now, these homes are mostly move-in ready. So let's go over here to the right. As you go over here, this is a guest room. You know, this is most of the time in the front of the house where you would have someone of either mom or a family member stay when they're coming and visiting for those holiday seasons. Good closet layout. And always think the good thing about Blackstone is, like, depending on your makeup of family dynamics or what you're looking for, it can be customized to that. That's a beautiful thing about them. I love the finishes on the tile. Great fixtures there. So when you come out, so that room will have a bathroom and have a closet for when you're walking into the door, but also if any additional space is needed. So we'll walk out of here and we'll go into our formal dining room. So this can seat up to 6, how they have it overlooked right now. And that will be where you come in from the garage in your mudroom. And we'll take a look at that once we go around. Now, this is 2 stories, so we'll go upstairs and see some of the bedrooms that's up there. Love the Brilliant system, smart home feature where they can control music, lights, the climates, and the front door. So a lot of smart features that they have built in here. So right here, when you are coming into your kitchen, beautiful countertop. Gas is here in Brewster Point, so you'll get your gas stove here, and then here go your normal family room area.
And you can take a look at that beautiful view outside that we started off with. We'll go out there here in a second. Love the farmhouse sink look. And when you look over that, then come over here to the living room. It can overlook the beautiful outside. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And I am just a huge fan, even with it being raining, is just to come and have your relaxed oasis. This is what I believe most people generally do. One, when you have a hard day or you're hard at what you do and you want to go home and relax, you have that. Now, the cool thing about this, you have your walking trails that goes around like a nature walk. So if you have, dogs or just family, or even young ones that you just need to get out the house but stay near, that's going to be a great option here in Brewster Point. So kind of the back view. So keep in mind, most of the things that has been built over here on the lake view is almost finished out. You still have a couple of them laid out. So if you're that person that looks in like 9 months, that's why I would say reach out, because a lot of these lots are probably available maybe at the time you're watching this. We're in the summertime, so most of the time it does take about minimum 6 months, 9 months, depending on how customized and built out the materials are for you. So definitely reach out. But let's go take a look back inside, because what we will be able to do is see what you like about this house, but then also if you need to make some customization, that's what it's there for. Love those doors. We're going to spare the time right now how they open and go into this master bedroom. Take a look at the master bedroom. I love how it overlooks, have the ceiling. I love how it overlooks the lake here. And maybe just say, hey, Jabbar, I just want that house. that's what we got to do. We sold model homes, so that's one of the beautiful things about our channel is, we're here for you. So always comment if you see things that you like or you see things you have questions about, and I'll do my absolute best to make sure I get to them and answer the questions. So here you have your combo tub and shower insert, and basically a double sink. And now I'm just a big fan of people who model and design homes. So then you have your walk-in closet. Now, walk-in closet is going to be connected to your laundry room. And I per se like that, because most of the time, if you want to get undressed, make sure all your clothes where it needs to be, bam, you walk into your laundry room and have your sink there. And then right when we walk out, you're going to have, generally, this is going to be where your garage door will be. This is where the showroom floor is at right now. And they use this for personal. But that will be an extra storage closet right there. And this here is just going to be a mud room. So now we're back into the entrance when we first walk into the house. So because I circled that around, let's go upstairs and see the rest of the bedrooms. Now, you're going to have the rest of the bedrooms upstairs, and depending on your make, some people like to have the master bedroom downstairs and have the rest of the rooms upstairs. So this will be a perfect layout. Here you will have your entertainment room that's going to overlook the cul-de-sac, and this here has just an extra closet where you can be able to store these about 8-foot doors, high ceilings, and I love the speakers that's built in throughout the house. So your sound system for music can play throughout the whole house. This here will be an attic entry. So that will be an attic door that we'll walk into. So we walk down this hallway, we have an additional bedroom. So this here will be, most time if you have young families, this is how these rooms have been laid out with the closet space. So you have right now, this will be probably the girls. That's going to be our bathroom. Then you have maybe a set of kids that you want to put in here, or maybe one kid in this one as well. Now this can be up to 4 to 5 bedrooms. The rooms that you see here is laid out the way specifically for this model home. So if you see something you like, that's why I would say make sure you book a time with me so you can ask your specific questions on what you see and actually to ask more questions about this house. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple things and wrap. Okay, so we just finished looking at the rest of Blackstone's home. Okay, so we just finished touring a Blackstone home. Once again, this is the Emerson plan. And these homes will start anywhere around that 5 to 550 range. Now, the beautiful thing I love about this is behind me, you're going to see a chart that's going to tell you about, hey, what is the process if I want to build this? Because most of the time you see homes that are already built, but you may be that person that says, hey, Jabbar, I want to reach out to you and I want to start the building process because I know what I want and I know I'm particular about, my room, my carpet, my layouts, my designs. We have I have several clients that we have helped and assist who's very detail oriented and say, I need a couple more questions answered before we decide if we want to move forward. So my job here is to be able to give you insights on what's available in the College Station and Bryan area. And then from there, if you say, hey, I want to start the building process, for us, this is going to be maybe a retirement home, or maybe this is going to be, a second or a third home, or we're relocating and, we don't plan to move no time soon, or whatever the specifics is. I really want you to understand that I have assisted from all different angles. So want to make sure you understand the building stage and what it would look like in the 3 steps. So Blackstone have highlighted this and done a great job at making sure you have a very clear, thorough process. So make sure you book a time below and ask the question. But once again, as I told you, most of the time, this is going to be about 3 to 6 months. And this will allow you to see not only one, is this going to be a good neighborhood for you to be able to start your building process, but as well, understand what you want, the material that you want in your house, the size lot you have in your house as well. So I would say in Brewster Point, most of the houses that are around this lake is going to be Blackstone. So if you think lake, Brewster Point, you're going to have to think Blackstone, okay? So thank you for watching. I hope I answered your questions. If I did it, comment below. Say, hey, Jabbar, I need you to do a better job at this. I'm okay with that. But then also if you say, hey, I just want to reach out to you because I want to hire you as my realtor and I want to get the process started, that is my desire and goal, to be able to assist you and ask you more questions. We build relationships with most of these builders so that we could help alleviate kind of the time. Most of the people that will look at these houses, they say, hey, time is efficient for us and we have to use it correctly. And so that's my job. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking our time to just watching this video. And sometimes I go off of tangents just explaining, because I really do want to assist you in whatever your needs when it comes to the Bryan College Station and real estate is related. So thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and make sure we drop videos every week. And so we'll see you in the next video. What if I told you new construction in the Bryan College Station area can be for you, but you have to take specific steps? As we walk through this house, I'm going to tell you whether you are relocating to Bryan College Station, or you are someone who want to get your lease buyout, first time buyer, or want to just take advantage of incentives when it comes to interest rates and just overall costs. Stay tuned in this video. We're going to walk through all that as we tour the home so that you can be able to see what's available to you. All right, let's go. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you're looking to find a house within the next 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, make sure you stay tuned, because in this video, not only am I going to take you through the 1, 2, 3s, main thing that I realize as people reach out to me is that they don't know the first step, or you're hesitant, or maybe you're just looking for your college student and you decide, I just need to find something in Bryan College Station. I've had them all. And so thank you for who have reached out, who've taken the time out and say, okay, I've heard enough, I've seen enough video, let me reach out to them. I highly recommend that for you. But if you're unsure, look through this video. I think you'll have your mind made up. Now, right now, I am in Midtown Reserve. Now, let's talk a little bit about Bryan College Station. Midtown Reserve is just what it sounds like. It's in the midtown of the Bryan College Station. So right a couple miles as we go past University, you'll end up getting into Bryan, Texas, and then you'll have another side. Now, this is like the stomping ground. If you say, hey, I want to get on Texas 6 so I can be able to go to Houston, or I want to come in
and just be right in the middle of the South College Station area, HEB, Kroger, all my shopping, and Baylor Scott and Wright is right over here because maybe you're in the medical profession and you need to find housing. This area of Midtown is going to be a good area. So um, take the first step so you can understand what are the things you need to do when it comes to buying a home, but then also making sure you reach out so that we can enroll you based on where you're at. Like I always say, 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, I don't care where you're at, reaching out is going to help me help you. So let's take a look at this house and we're going to say, hey, this is beautiful layout, 3-2 house, a little bit over 1,300 square feet, much bigger than some other videos, and we'll go from there. Let's go. All right, so we're going to take a look. I love this colored door on both garage door. So we walk in here, you have your flower bed. Now, one of the things when you're looking for houses, one of the purpose for this channel is so you can get all the options, especially when it comes to new construction and investing. So make sure you always start here. And if you say, as I look at these videos, I look at these homes, then how can I take advantage of some of these opportunities? Well, first thing, reach out so that I can know where you're at, laundry room, but then also so we can be able to put a custom game plan. Maybe you're a parent looking for your kid. Maybe you're relocating, you have family, you have a limited time to know whether you want to build something or not build something. Then great, make sure you reach out. This is the living room. Now this is, I have a lot more open space. This is going to be your hangout area, and then you can put your dining room right over here. And then you can have your bar stools. Now, still have a little bit of cleaning. We take a look into this kitchen. I like the granite countertops, but that's the first step. Let us reach and connect with you, because the thing that I hear the most is people don't know. It's not that you don't know the first step. You just want to make sure what you need to do and where you need to land, because Bryan College Station is not a big town if you're from a bigger metropolitan area. So the main thing is when you see rooms like this, the question you can be like, hey, who room would this be for? This be for my kids? You'd be surprised. Many people end up buying a house without even walking a home. So we can do that as well. But then too, if you're not that serious, but you say, hey, bathroom that's going to be connected in both bedrooms, so you can get a opportunity to say, this is my guest room. Maybe you work at home, maybe you need a better setup for working at home, and we can be able to explore that. But the thing that I hear and understand the most is relocating can be difficult to a new area. And if you're just investing, you just want to make sure you got a good return on your investment. But as a new first-time home buyer, you said, how can I make sure I am being considered in this home, and this is going to be a good fit for me? And really just taking a step. So we're coming back into the living room, and we're going to go into the master bedroom. But I forgot, you didn't see the pantry. So good pantry size, and oftentimes most of the things that I've talked about in our last videos, like if you're trying to maybe buy a lease. So this is the master bedroom, can be able to fit a good queen size bed here, and even king size. I always say recommend here because you have those plug-ins where you can have your nightstands on both sides and maybe put your lamps up there, and obviously you're charging your phone. Now you go inside of here, have your both sinks, have installed, you have your walk-in shower. Let's walk in, see what we got here. So and we have our closet. So a good old closet space, walk-in closet. I love that. So let's take a look at the backyard. But so number one is allow us to assist you. Two, and then you say financially, do I do my own bank or do I use those? I'll talk about that later in a second, because that just depends. And here's the back where you're going to have a good spot for your furry friends, but also you're going to see houses are going to be built. Maybe you like this, maybe you don't. That's another thing. I have several houses where this backyard look at a farm, looks at nothing, looks at people, and maybe that's not as a huge factor. One of the things you have to realize is that once I know your want, needs, and dreams and time frame, then we can really narrow these things down. What I notice is people get overwhelmed by videos and never take action or reach out to us, and then they say analysis paralysis, or they say, man, I wish I was able to meet you beforehand. So this is why you hear me tell you to reach out. And so let's talk up a little bit more towards the end on the rest of the steps and go from there. Okay, so thank you for taking our time for watching this video. So number one, financially, one of the things that I've noticed is that if you are wanting to take action and you say, do I use my own bank or should I reach out to us? It depends. This is one of the reasons I tell us to reach out. I'm not going to push you towards what's going to be the most efficient for me. The reason that we have this YouTube video is because just like this and the 400 plus other videos that we have, is my job is to give you as much education and earn your trust. Then from there, you can say when we get on the phone, I can be able to determine based on what you tell me and based where you're at, give you recommendations based on your situation. Maybe you don't need a new build. Maybe you just need a house that's move-in ready. Maybe you do want to take your time out and build a house. Or maybe you see a lot of different houses and you don't know where to start. And so guess what? We have over 80 videos of new construction housing in all the different areas in Bryan College Station. And then from there, we can make sure the finances work. And if you have family, you have school districts you want to be in, you have commuting you want to go through, and a lot of different things that, well, guess what? You get further by having others that's trusted individuals. And the thing that I've learned the most of people who have reached out to me is that they've been doing this with people who just didn't have all the answers that they needed, or they wish you reached out sooner. So my job is, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for taking our time from just watching from beginning to end. Now, here's the thing. Go ahead and reach out, whether it's email, send a text message, give us a call. I want to make sure that whatever the next step is going to be best for you, you do that. All right, thank you, Tom. Have you ever considered, maybe, just maybe, I can be able to get a home and not have to renew my lease? And if you know the thought about you renewing your lease another year, another month, whether it's 6 months out, whether it's 9 months out, whether it's a couple weeks away, you want to watch this video and make sure you know that there's more options for you if you take the necessary steps that I'm going to outline in this video. So stay to the end to make sure you know what you need to do first after you see the houses. Let's go take a look. Welcome back to my channel, Living and Investing in Bryan College Station. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And whether you're looking in the next 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, make sure you subscribe and reach out, because I love assisting people who are not only looking to either live or invest in Bryan College Station. And so this neighborhood, I believe, can fall in either or. You know, if you are investing, you need to make sure you stay to the end to see some of the incentivized rates that, as an investor, this could be a good neighborhood. But let me talk to those people who are definitely considering renewing their lease and trying to determine, is this going to be a good move for me right now? Now, I talk to people who reach out to me online, generally either through Facebook or YouTube, or even maybe through email, or we schedule a phone call. And the number one thing that I realize is that people don't believe there's options for them to be able to not get into a house. And sometimes the biggest concern is, hey, I need a way to be able to buy out my lease. Well, I've now partnered with a builder here in town, and I'm going to take a look at a nice 3-2 house. And we just got one of my clients that's seen us on our videos that was able to get their lease bought out. And I want to make sure you have access to the same opportunity. So stay tuned. I'm going to talk more details. We're going to take a look at this house in the Midtown area that you can see a lot of new lots are still available. And make sure you get a chance to take a look at this 3-2 house that's in College Station. Now, Midtown, if you don't know, is right behind Baylor Scott and White. And Midtown is like what you know in the Midtown of Bryan College Station. Okay, so stay tuned. Make sure you look at all this video and take a look at the layout of this home. This right now could qualify for the 3.99 interest rate, and depending on when you see in this video, we maybe still can keep you in that 3 to 4% interest rate. All right, but all that to say, let's take a look at this house, see if it's a good fit for you, and we'll go from there. All right, let's go. Okay, so let's take a look at this amber plan located in Midtown. Love the front porch entrance. So always do have the keypad. So this one you walk in, so we'll go straight into the living room. But here you have your laundry room when you first walk in. And after this laundry room, we go right inside of the garage. This garage here, 2-car garage. One of the things I like, you have your sprinkler system have your attic for a good old Christmas, right? Christmas is coming upon us. And then you have this tankless water heater that does conserve energy. So the bill will be a lot less. Let's go ahead and take a look inside of our attic. So they're still doing some repairs, but you can kind of get an idea. This is kind of the attic space. Have decent attic space, but that's the first time you guys got straight into the attic that quick, right? So as we go down, coming back into the house, like I said, you'll come in, have your laundry room here, and then you'll walk straight in to be able to see our kitchen. Now, I like the marble. You have your refrigerator right here. Make sure you connect with us if you want to make sure that is included. And then as we walk through, have the washer and dryer set up. The one thing I do like about this, if you are, say you're single or you need to get your groceries, you come straight out of that garage, go here, bam, put your groceries down, make it a little bit easier. Now you have your pantry here as well, good pantry space. And then we come over here. Now we're going to have two of the bedrooms on this side, so you can see the bathroom there. So this is going to be the first bedroom. Now, depending on your makeup, maybe you have a family that you want to situate, you can be able to two, like a good twin size bed. Maybe if you have bunk beds, you can be able to put two on top and have a play area. Then you also do have a closet, decent size, or this can be considered like a study area. We walk here and get a chance to see the second bedroom. Now, I think because of the location of this bedroom, you want to make sure a family, friends, or even guests can stay here. Now, most of the time when you're looking for a 3-2 house, trying to look for that 3-2 house is going to be a little bit of, make sure you get enough room for your space. Now, especially if you've been renting and staying in apartments, this area, I love the marble tile, the tile that goes with the bathroom, not that normal insert stuff that over time I think does have a bad color. So we will come back into the hallway. Here in this hallway, have an extra closet space. Now, this is going to be the living room. Now, this is a little bit over 1,200 square feet. And here is our main master bedroom. Now, you can be able to fit you a good queen size bed. I'm going to say you probably want to be able to put it against the wall this way because you have your hookups there and there where you can be able to put your nightstand there and your lamps. And we go in here, have your stand-up shower. And hey, guess what? We have here, and don't forget what? Don't forget your walk-in closet, okay? See, it has some depth to it, and then that's where you're going to generally put in your router, those plug-ins. So we'll walk back out. Now, let's not forget, let's go take a look at the outside. So we have here, right here, this area in Midtown. Over here, you'll see the tower, but you're going to have some neighbors eventually. It's going to be behind you. So you can see their building. It's that's why I always tell people, you're looking in the next 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, we'll have something. So putting a game plan in play right now is super important. And then backyard where you can have your nice furry friends. You have your entrance right over there. The one thing I always love about new construction is, remember, you have built-in warranty. So for those who like, man, I don't want to have the maintenance. Well, this AC unit, a lot of stuff have like at least a 1 or 2 year warranty if anything was to go bad. So that's the beautiful thing about it. So get a chance to kind of take a look at it from here. And then you have your covered patio where you can be able to sit on the back and hang out, have your plug in where you can listen to the music, get some relaxation, escape, your little island in your backyard to escape. All right, now let's talk a little bit more specifics, best of my investors, and go from there. Now we're here in the living room and sitting right here at the bar where it's kind of hard to see, but basically this is the back wall, and right there you can be able to have your food prepping, but also have friends hang out, have some bar stools right here. Now, when it comes to new construction in this area, if you're an investor, think about this: 3.99 interest rate get you a lower payment, so you can be able to cash flow in this area, getting rent anywhere from $2,500. So this price point is going to be in the 270 to 290 range. And so with that lower interest rate, you could be looking at a mortgage anywhere between $1,700 to $1,800. So, and also, I want you to hear me if you're looking at moving, renewing your lease. If you're paying or willing to be able to pay up to $2,000 or less, this is the perfect price point you want to look at, specifically in this era. And the reason that you can be able to buy this out, because I've worked with these builders and they say, hey, we want to move this inventory and we have extra incentivized dollars that we can give. So what we did recently is had about a total of $10,000 that we was able to contribute to the clients that had a lease, and their lease was up to December. So right now we're at the end of August going into September. So we were able to buy out their lease. So reach out, make sure you book an appointment with me so that I can make sure that we can explore all options before you continue to renew a lease. And if you're investing, I just want you to know you can use those dollars and maybe use UVA loan, FHA loan to be able to capitalize on this opportunity. Okay, thank you for watching. And as always, make sure you subscribe and follow so that I can continue to educate you. If you have questions, make sure you put in the comments, but even not, reach out, text, email. I want to connect with you. I want to know what are you looking for. So maybe these videos can be more specifically for you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.